Okay, I hit the dust store and got a whole bunch of cards, and we'll go over um, things you want to look for in keeping cards, um, what you want to dust, what you want to keep, what you want to get rid of. So we'll start with um, the basics and work our way to the top on what you want to do. Okay, so wisps. You do not want to get rid of wisps. Um, wisps, if I can talk, allow you to awaken a card without having another duplicate. Because if you honestly think that I have 3 of these cards at 6 stars, you're nuts. That's all wisps. Okay, so we'll work our way up. Um, cards like this you need to get rid of. Alright, pay attention to some of these. Um, this one, turn to layer. Don't get rid of. This one, turn to layer. Don't get rid of. We'll come back. Turn to layer. Don't get rid of. 2 red turn to layers. Don't get rid of. And then your light turn to layer. Do not get rid of. Okay, so what you're looking for is you're looking at battle skills. What is going to be useful later on down the line? What requires intensity? And do you have relics to boost that intensity? And what they'll do for you. So, Robin Sherwood. In fighting 2 or more enemies, attacks enemies for 50% of attack. As you evolve him, his nuke damage just gets bigger, bigger, and bigger. The other thing you do want to watch for is the Dispel. This one dispels blind. Not a bad one to have, but there are a lot better cards out there that dispel blind better than Robin. So, that is a dust card, in my opinion. Um, Archangel Uriel destroys 1 dark gem on the board and attacks target for 5 times your remaining hit points, maximum of 500% attack. And then as you evolve, I think that goes 1000%. Yeah. For commander, nuke damage isn't bad. Dispels region. Honestly, not that good of a card. The only reason why I would even remotely think about keeping this is I have 2 relics from a previous event that would go with this, but personally, this is gone for me. Okay, so Astro and Amalcales. These go with a particular deck that I have. I've been waiting to get more of these support cards so that I can finish the deck. So these 2 I'm not getting rid of because I need. Okay, so this card becomes immune to enemy damage for 1 turn. That's actually a pretty cool skill. Except it takes 13 gems to charge and 13 turns to cool down. And as you evolve it, it doesn't get much lower. Um, Unless this is can get to a 3-turn cooldown, that's a joke. So that's a dust card. Alright. Increases self-attack for 50% for 1 turn. If Banisher... Oh, nope, we're already done. This is a Gen 1 card. You are gone. Okay, these cards I think I have a few more of these. There's 1, 2... Yeah. These I'm saving for the... I have some for the Spire, so that's an extra one I don't need. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm in a Commander event. Or Slayer event. Increases attack 50% for 1 turn. I don't think so. Okay. If you ever see this card, the first thing you want to do is dust it. Don't even look at it. Don't waste your time. It is the most worthless card in the world. Okay, Night Sun. This is one of those few cards that is a card I highly recommend keeping. It is a Gen 1 card. It does not require any special relic, or anything else. It doesn't dispel anything special. It's just poison, but it destroys all non-fire gems. Yes, it has a nuke attack, but it destroys all non-fire gems. Any gem destroyer is an automatic keep. Now, I'm dusting him because if I go to my codex, fire, generation 1, type ancient, and skill slayer. For 10 more dust, I can get him back at a 5-star already right now. Because I've already had him at a 5-star before. So that's what he does. Destroys all non-fire gems and attacks for 1100% attack. So that's why I did not keep him. Okay. Earnhardt Drill Fist. This card is not really worth much as it currently sets. But if you have the ability to evolve it and reforge it, then that card becomes worth something. We'll show you that when we get up there. You can reforge the ultra rare as well. Unless you need this for the Spire, this card does not do much. Creates 1 Fire Gem 2. No matter how high you get it. Sorry, 1 Fire Gem 1. It's a Gen 1 card. It doesn't get any more powerful. It's ridiculous. It's a goner. Okay. Next one. I told you to keep this one, and you keep it. I don't need it, but it's something that's useful for you. No, the Reaper I told you to get rid of. I'm sorry, it was the other one I told you to keep. See, you're not kidding. Okay. This is a bounty hunter. I recommend keeping these cards because when you start getting to the bounty dungeons, it's nice to have bounty hunters that are all the same color, so you can start throwing in Slayer and Commander relics and getting gems on the board, and everybody being able to attack with the same color It just makes the world a lot easier, especially if you happen to have relics from old events that will work with this. Um, this is not a support card, though. This is considered an event card, so it does require special catalyst to evolve. I don't get rid of those if I don't have to. This one, I believe, was the ultra rare. Now, I don't recommend getting rid of power gem spawners. But at the same time, when the power gems are based off of intensity, especially in this happens to be a commander event, especially if you don't, have a relic, it's hard to use this particular card, and it's hard to justify keeping it. So these are sells, in my opinion. Alright. You have the ultra rare version, 2 of them. That's I told you to keep one, get rid of the other. Creates 2 dark gems both now for the next 2 turns, plus 1 additional gem per 125 technological intensity. I'm not involved in it either. So the technological intensity drops. The requirements drop is all it is. You still have to have so much technological intensity for that to drop, for that to work. So no, so. Oh, do not have this one either. Creates 1 water gem both now for the next 2 turns, plus 1 for additional. This is a Slayer event. It does dispel thorns, but also at the same time, the regular water gems, it's just, personally, it's not worth it to me. Alright, Flying Lotus, I don't even waste my time. She's gone. Increases blessed hero attack for 10%, plus 2% per 20 intensity, rounded down for 2 turns. Yada, yada, yada. No, you're gone. Okay, here's where the fun starts. Okay, I'll get rid of one of these because I don't need one. This card is also reforgeable. This card you do not want to get rid of. This card will dispel and cleanse Gem Silence for 1 hero and add an additional hero for every 100 stacks of Fable Intensity. Well, as this goes up, it lowers. So, because they're also creating Fable Intensity just by using them, they're very, very, very much useful. I'm keeping those. All right. Yeah, this one's a joke too. Creates 3 heart gems immediately and 1 earth gem at the beginning of the next turn. Increases your recovery for 50%. Bye. Okay. I don't need this one because I have enough already. But I'll explain these to you. Okay. So this is part of another deck I have that I'm working with that goes with the Spire. Ignore the Mage. It's actually a Slayer card. The Mage was added on later on down the line. Adds 2 Blessed. This was Demigod. Intensity, and then attacks for 500% plus additional 50 per 5 intensity. If you're below 20% max hit points, he'll spawn a Hearth Power Gem 1. Dispels Blind. I'm keeping these cards because I need the full deck for Spire. Alright, the Opera Ghost. Again, this is going to be a Bounty Hunter. Keeping that sucker. Another Bounty Hunter, which honestly, if I could probably sell and go buy back for 450 because I think I have him in my codex at a 4-star already, or 6-star already. Skip that one. Bounty Hunter, Bounty Hunter. Yeah, so this card. Okay, so this is an ultra rare I came across. And I kept this one because this one destroys 9 non-dark gems plus 1 additional gem for every 30 corrupt intensity. I have enough corrupt relics, granted they're not purple, but I have enough corrupt relics that I could actually use this particular card. This is also not an ultra rare. I guess I read that wrong. This is an event card. And so it also dispels fear. And it goes up higher and higher as you get it. I am keeping this card because that is a very handy skill. Like I said, any Power Gem Destroyer. Okay. We'll go a little bit higher up and then we'll come back down and start looking at some other stuff. This one I just happened to have gotten. I'm not keeping this. I don't want that damn thing. Okay, so more bounty hunters. This is an event card. I have a relic for. Keeping it because it dispels one of the most hardest things to get rid of, which is Gem Silence. It is a nuke card, but it's got a very, very nice cooldown. And like I said, I've got a relic for it, so during a Blue Slayer event, depending on what's going on, this thing could come in handy. So I'm holding on to it for just in case purposes. Perseus. Perseus is one of those where the card's really not that impressive. But my intention is to reforge it. And then he becomes a ×5 Green Commander, which will create 2 Earth Gem 1s and attack for 20,000% of the attack. So that is why I still have Perseus. Dragoons, don't get rid of Dragoons. Overclocked Earnhardt. This is the ultra rare. You can reforge him as well. He's the other one I'm debating on, but I only have 1 tomb of the reforge. I don't have a second one, otherwise I do both. He's also going to be a ×5. He'll create 2 Power Gem 2s, heal for 1,000% hero recovery, and then he's also going to add 2 to the counter of the enemies so they can't attack you. And then we'll dispel might. That's actually a pretty nice little card right there. I really kind of wish I would have gotten another 2 of the reforge, but I haven't, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do Perseus or him. I'm kind of leaning towards this one a little more handy. Let's see. So Astro and Amalcales, there's one of them already done. I've got 2 Daniel the Architects. Rainbow Overdrive is the ultra rare. And then somewhere up here should be the MC. There's no way the MC is lower. We'll come across it. This card, it just goes really well with my technological deck because it's now a Slayer card. Yeah, it attacks for 400%, but it takes 1 gem to charge, and it only takes 1 turn to cool down. So, and if I have a commander event or a Slayer event, I have a relic to throw in with it. So I keep that one around. This card, keep one of them. Basically, it adds Petrify for 2 turns, so it delays the enemy's turn for 1 turn. I'm sorry. So it's a turn delayer. Just it's not as high of a turn delayer, but it helps. Come back to Wardens here after a bit. This one is from the last. This one dispels blind, which is nice. Plus, like I said, I have relics for this. That's the reason why I keep it. If you ever come across this card, get it, evolve it, and pray for corrupt relics. It is intensity based, but this thing will produce so many power gems. It's not even funny. Power gem spawner from hell. This is a celestial bounty hunter, so of course it's gonna stay. Oh, there's Amy. That's the There's the Master Collection card. This is an ultra rare. Again, this is also a gem destroyer. You ever come across this one? You level this one up and do not get rid of it. All these are pretty much Gen 2 cards. If you start seeing some of these, Josephine's the ultra rare. Half-hearted Josephine. Hard-hearted, sorry. Hard-hearted Josephine is the support. Baron Sam ID is the support, where Gleedful Sam ID Death King is the ultra rare. Pumpkin Queen's the support, where the Baleful Bride is the ultra rare. Soul Thresher's an event. Snipping Witch Hawk is the support. Arbitron and Eleanor are the event. Libra is a support. Orion is the event. Galena is an event. Golden Trickster is a ultra rare. Indasha is a support. Crowblade is event. Soul Reaper's event. Astral Judicator. This is another gem destroyer if you ever come across. What's nice about the mage deck is that it is commander and slayer. It does not matter. Destroys all 9 light gems and spawns 2 light gem 3s plus 2 more per 100 giant intensity. This is one of the greatest ultra rares you could ever come across. He does the exact same thing, except he has a revive feature. Mystic Madame Jenny is the support. The Satyr is event. Ultra Evor is the event. Dragonic Irrigator. This is the ultra rare. This is a Gem Destroyer, and he also is a revive card. Iron Spine is the event. Babylonica is the Master Collection. Edge Runner is the event. Lahore Rebel, the Rebel, hated that event. Master Collection. Yeah, we're starting to get up with the higher ones. Snipping Falconer, those are ultra rares. Inferno Myriza is an ultra rare. Alex is in the Master Collection. Tanu is the support card that goes with the Golden Trickster. Sweet Hansel's the event. Canis, that is the Master Collection for that Mage event. Karus is the Master Collection for the Golden Trickster. Unbowable Warrior. This is the ultra rare for that particular technological event. Dynamite Dougal's a Master Collection card. The Hulking Golem's an event. Olvi is support. Simgorg, the Flame Wolf, is Master Collection. Support. Jim Jombre is the Master Collection. Sycamore Royal Guard is the support. Deanna Inverted Archer is Master Collection. Mama Lobega's Master Collection. Volcanic Quadric is Master Collection. And then the Kanan the Marauder is the support. And that pretty much is going to be all the Gen 2s except for one. Only one ever made it past up to closer to the top. And if you ever pull him... Oh, this is Arnhart Drillfist Reforged. Creates 4 water gems, attacks for 50,000% of attack. Nothing super special, but he does increase Water Commander skill points. One of the only few that does. And he is empowered, so he does quite a bit of damage. And then this is Reforged Vanguard Contessa, and creates 4 fire gem and cleanses all debuffs every 3 turns. Also increases Fire Slayer skill points. Definitely like that card. Where did it go? I don't remember him being this high up. Maybe he is. This is the other one. It's a Reforged. This one increases attack for 15% for 2 turns and an enemy's turn counter for 1 turn. Dispels Weaken. This is the Gen 2 card. This is a Master Collection card, believe it or not. This is the card that everyone uses in almost every green Slayer event. He is guaranteed to prevent you from ever getting hit with fear. He is a power gem spawner out the ass. And since he's a warden, he's extremely powerful. The rest of those are all Gen 3 cards. Okay, the next thing we'll look at, what you want to get rid of and keep, will be wardens. So for me to keep a warden, It's going to have to offer me something that I want. For instance, the Wicked Queen. Well, not only is she a commander, but she will remove one debuff from one hero, and heal for 10% of max hit points when you activate her battle skill. Every passive time, she heals for 3%. Then you go to the next level. Removes one debuff and heals for 15% of max hit points. Every turn heals for 6% of lost hit points. This card will basically continuously heal you. So this card is worth something because it's going to heal every single time, plus heal on battle skill. So that would be a keeper. Glacius dispels thorns. The one thing we have to remember is that wardens are guaranteed to dispel whatever it is they dispel. At a 4-star, he is going to dispel at a level 7. Most bosses don't drop except at a level 5. Level 8. So, because it's thorns, I'm not getting rid of it because thorns is a pain in the ass. Dispels Power Gem Silence. On a green card, that can come in handy. This one's a Slayer card that dispels fear. Yeah, keeping that one. It should be easier to just do it this way. Chimeras. Not only is he a Slayer, but he's a commander. And dispels Gem Silence. One of the most useful cards you could ever have. We'll never get rid of that one. This is the new event one. Dispels Panic. Just haven't decided if I'm even going to dick with this one yet or not. Blessed Rannoff. Dispels Traitor. Not the worst thing in the world, but during a frenzy boss attack could be very useful. Dispels Fear. Dispels Gem Silence. We already know the Grove Giant dispels Fear. I can't remember what you dispel. Zombie. I just haven't decided what I wanted to do with that. I was going to use it, and no. Dispels Gem Silence. I don't care what this one dispels. He's going to go Region. Yeah, this one's going to go in my lineup eventually. Mouse King. Not only does he dispel Toxin, but he also creates 4 Power Gem Force. That's a handy little thing, too. I think you need to go. Power Gem Silence. What do you take to ascend? Oh, I'm all out of you, too. And then the rest of them are my ward lineup, so I don't keep a lot of wardens because they don't offer me something. I don't keep them. So that's what I go off of for what I dust. Um, if it doesn't have a relic that I can use to keep it going, or it doesn't have some sort of purpose like this one, yeah, this is a Gen 1 card. It's weak. It attacks all enemies for 350,000% for 2 turns. It does dispel thorns, but it's a commander, slayer, bounty hunter. It's a it's a bounty hunter too, so I keep it around for that reason. Um, Working on trying to get this one up to the last level of. Yeah, it's gonna take me a long time. Get this one up to a full 6 stars, but we'll see. Wait a minute, what? I was gonna say I thought I'd play you. I haven't done anything with you guys for a while. Dragoons. The only reason why I was able to get the one Dragoon up to 6 stars, where you at? Was because they hadn't fixed the requirements to be this stuff. And so I was able to level it up with regular catalysts. But to specialize it is going to be a pain in the butt. And I haven't decided how I want to specialize it. Oh, with just those options, yeah, it's definitely going to go God. So, like I said, with Dragoons, I don't get rid of any Dragoons. I have all of them but one. I did not get the first blue one, but I've gotten all of them since. The Dragoons, I really don't use, but I'd like to try to start. They're a bitch to evolve. I still need one more oil there, and I still need one more onyx stone, and that'll make it a 6 star, but then it still will not specialize it. And that one's for the overgrowth, so I won't even use it in that sense. You're for the wrong event. You're for the wrong event. You both see. You're the ones I really want to evolve. The gem falls, but see the tempered blade oil is going to take forever. It's going to take a long time to evolve these things. You maybe. Since you're 4 power gem 4s, right? Yep. But yeah, Dragoons you don't get rid of ever. They've only ever offered one light Dragoon, and it was for the Mage Gemfall deck. So yeah, that's how you decide what you want to dust. What's going to work for you? What's going to spawn power gems? What's going to give you health? What requires relics and intensity? What doesn't? All those kind of things. So just kind of go through and look and see what you got. If it fits the criteria of something that looks like it may be helpful for you now or later on down the line, keep it. If it looks like it's something that's going to be a joke and is just taking up space, get rid of it. Remember, the one's going to cost you 10 more dusts to get it right back out. Just keep in mind that if you've had multiple copies of it, you're only ever going to be able to get one back out. Other than that, that's all you do for deciding on dust. All right.